professional speaking here. If I can find it. I'm enacting on the themes. A jacket. I could not stop smelling his hands.
Voilà, monsieur.
Merci, madame.
Comme une île déserte que recouvre la mer.
Hi, hello. We are in the last few days of 2022. Post-Christmas. Always feels weird. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I feel like between the weekend of Christmas and the weekend of like New Year's, there should be like a buffer weekend. You know what I mean? Like, these days feel so meaningless. I don't even know what to do with myself in them. And I don't think I'm doing anything for New Year's. Because I'm like tired. I'm done. I don't want to see any more people. I'm exhausted. The self is exhausted. I'll stay home and read books, okay? I will say, when I came back from America to Korea, because you still had to do like a mandatory quarantine of like 10 days if you did like international travel for Korean citizens and with visas. I remember those 10 days were glorious. And I wasn't allowed to go back to work. Like, I had to work from home. And I just, like, stayed home and read so many books. And it was amazing. I want to do that again. And I'm going to do it for New Year's, I think. Does, ho ho ho, does anyone want a quick unboxing? Just a last few tidbit stuff before I go back to California, you know? Last minute shit. Found these. You know what? The best influencers in life are your friends. And my friend influenced me. I could not stop smelling his hands. My friend we went clubbing and it was cold and her hands were dry, and he gave me this hand cream to use from this brand called Tea Collective. The scent is called Artemis. But now, to tell you the truth, I forgot what it smells like. And I don't know if I bought the right one. But I'm pretty sure this was it. But yes, here it comes. Artemis Tea Collective. I believe it was like very earthy. You know what it smells like? When you're on the set of Call Me By Your Name and you grab a handful of wildflowers, smash them up in your hand, and smell them. That's what this smells like. It smells like the earth. It smells like grass. I think I'm getting a bit of lavender. I'm trying to read and the font is way too small and I'm trying way too hard. But it's giving summer, it's giving spring, it's giving rebirth, it's giving Jacquemus rolling around in the grass. Does anyone remember that quote? I'll have it up here somewhere. That's what it's giving. I bought two, because I believe I'm going to bring this to America with me. New Year, going home, themes of rebirth, anybody? I'm enacting on the themes. Influenced again by the same friend, so Hyun, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to copy you, I really am not, but I've been influenced. A Korean brand as well, called Nohant. I got a different variation of this item, but I really loved it on my friend, and I thought, what a fun accessory. But we have this cord cap in navy. I don't know if you can tell. We are shooting in 4K. I think this is 4K. And corduroy with this white logo. And look, this little drawstring that you can also, like, if you're going out, wear it out as like a crossbody bag. It's not like so Coachella. Anyway, I loved it. Loved that idea. Because, you know, when you're clubbing, sometimes you gotta put the hat on, then you gotta take it off. Then you gotta put it on, then you gotta take it off. You don't want to dance all night with a hat on, because you will be so gross. Trust me. Professional speaking here. Anyway, yes, also bringing this to America with me, it's just such a fun hat. But realizing I think most of my accessories are navy, the ones I'm bringing with me, and that's quite problematic. I'm just gonna be like walking head to toe navy. I'm truly in my Brittany Bathgate era. Navy underrated. Sorry, I said it. Okay, last but not least, you know, I have a bunch of long coats, and I think that's what this channel is sick of seeing. Me in very long coats. Because I realize I don't have anything like short jackets for winter. Maybe for like fall, but not for winter. So, one of my favorite online stores had their end of the year sale. But it's this fun little granddaddy jacket. And this is it. This is all I'm spending my money on. No more stuff. Because all the gifts are bought. And I should not be spending any more money. But yeah, we like this because it is padded and quilted on the inside. Will keep us warm. There's a cute little pocket. Let's put it on. Is this the large size? Yes, I will need to style this a bit better, but it's definitely warm. I wanted to take this off immediately because it's so warm. I just don't have, like, a jacket for winter, so I think this will do it. That's not like a long coat, you know what I mean? And it's in this gray color, so very neutral, will be easily to style with. Telling you, navy. Navy's a real winner. Yeah. Not sure if I mentioned, but I'm doing New York as well as Atlanta. I know Atlanta won't be as cold as New York end of January, but yes. Bibliosophie, I'm coming after you. That sounded really scary. I'm sorry. But hopefully it'll be a good time. And it won't be that cold, I hope. But yeah, I'm happy with this purchase. I'm tired of lugging around giant long coats. They're such a nuisance when I think it was last weekend. I'd gone clubbing, lugging that coat around, and then when I went to brunch the next day, there was just like nowhere to put it. I was stepping all over it. It was gross. I need to get it dry cleaned. That's the haul. Not much to update with books. I'm still reading Goodby People by Gavin Lambert and haven't made much progress in it, but very interesting study of a woman named Susan. And yeah, everyone's just drinking lots, talking about LA, talking about their lives, upper class, fancy schmancy parties, and what to do with their life. And some of the writing is really pretty. I'm enjoying the dialogue a lot more than the actual writing itself. If I can find it. Oh, here we go. Because I've only done 2 things in my life, and that's not nearly enough. I grew up nobody in the middle of nowhere, then I married Charlie and became somebody in the middle of somewhere. And I think that best describes Susan. And it's kind of glorious in this, like, passé, pretty kind of way. Enjoying the vibes. I'm here for the vibes. Here for the rooftop LA parties with martinis and Negronis and, yeah, living this LA blasé life. How can you not love it? We'll probably not finish this. by the end of 2022, probably sometime super early in 2023. Yeah, be well, do good work, keep in touch.
Love me some tara. What do you want? What do you want from all these Tejulians? One of the American soldiers. I remember his name, even though
Like, it's such a nice way to end the year.
Hi, hello. Wait, look. I can now film and oh, that's embarrassing. I can now film and have my phone out, and I can like look at my notes and stuff, and I can. You don't understand. I'm making my top 10 lists at the moment, and we are using a new mic. Not sure if there's any difference in sound quality. I don't even know how this works. The box literally just said that it doesn't require batteries, and you just stick it on. I hope it's working. It is Sunday. It is Christmas. I am not doing anything. I'm just ordered chicken and I'm going to watch Glass Onion. Yeah. We finished Edward Glissant and Ulrich Obrist's Archipelago. Oh, sorry. Hi, I'm Nathan. I read books because reading is sexy. And if you're not reading, you're not sexy. Sorry. Okay, yes, we finished Edward Glissant's Ulrich Obrist's Archipelago. Woof! Fantastic. It is a brilliant, brainy snack that I can rip through again. I just love Hans Ulrich Obrist. He's a curator as well as an interviewer and just asks artists of our time the greatest questions you could ever ask and does an incredible job at what he does and the people that he invites onto panels and yeah. Super cool guy for the art world. In this book, he interviews Edward Glissant, so it's basically a conversation between the two about the creolization of the world and the art world, as well as different questions about how we should be creating art for the 21st century and how it's still such an exciting space and what a museum is and what it should be for our present tense. To give you sort of the vibe of the book, I just finished this like 2 minutes ago. Yes, in the end, the idea is to bring the world into contact with the world, to bring some of the world's places into contact with others. I think that more and more museums will benefit from being less solemn on the inside, as are the rooms of the Louvre or the Hall of Mirrors, offer clarity and enable interdependence. Within the exhibition, there should be many exhibitions. And sort of, yeah, the idea of creolization and not... The word I'm looking for is globalization. Death to globalization. Long live creolization, which is the idea of multiculturalism in the sense where all cultures get their own space and breathe. And nothing is dead. And he perpetuates this idea and backs it up with the history of Martinique, Glissant's history of Martinique and the art world and its own past and history and what culture was and is for Martinique, and makes this really interesting comparison with In Search of Lost Time and this idea of the mytholization of the past reaching into the present and Martinique not having that path towards like memorialization. But yeah, incredibly interesting. I could like easily reread this like right now just because it's small form factor and fits in the pocket. It's a great clubbing book. It does it all. It's fantastic. And I think it's sneaking into my top 10. I think it's tying very closely with another book. Yeah, still compiling that list. Yes. Hello from my dirty mirror, as always. We have a visitor. A friend from Seoul visiting on a school night? It is a Tuesday. What is going on? Yeah, so heading out to dinner now and maybe some drinks. And yeah, I was just planning to, you know, stay at home, watch a movie, read a bit, keep the counts up, you know. But, social callings, social callings. Oh, would anyone like to see my work fit? God, I really need to clean this mirror. We got the black trench, this Uniqlo U muffler scarf that's like padded. It's really nice. Double-breasted shirt. There's a mock neck here, I promise. And white jeans. Yeah. Let's go. It's me, and here to talk to you about some books, because why not? We've got some interesting book updates. We finished The Goodbye People, our first read of 2023 by Gavin Lambert. If you ever wondered what the backdrops of the parties of Eve Babbitt's attended, you know, the other non-faces, this is their lives, written in such a Kuskian manner, in that these characters sort of drink way too much and then drug themselves up a bit and then become these sort of talking heads that spiral about all of their intimacies. And it's kind of beautiful how Lambert is so kind to his characters in how they explore and explain parts of their history to others. And it's really interesting to see how all of these characters interact with each other with so much heart and such buzzy ways of speaking. Do I have an example? She seems not to notice this, nor Keely's desolation at the prospect of losing her. When I was just starting to be an actress, she said, still gazing at the city below, I went to a teacher, a remarkable man who died years ago. He explained something that became the key for whatever I was able to do. A quick glance at Keely. All words are lies, and anyone who speaks can't help being a liar. That's because when we find words to describe something, we turn it into something else. Speech wasn't invented in order to communicate. She shook her head, amused by the absurdity of the idea. The intensity of the world was just too great to face in silence. How could you use this idea? I asked, as an actress. By not speaking. The only times I really liked myself on the screen was when I had a close-up but didn't speak. What they call a reaction shot. I think I was really rather good then. Nobody could be sure exactly what I meant or what I was thinking. I was just myself. And yeah, it's just really fun to see these characters. They're written with such charm, such wit, and Lambert is skilled. You can see how some of his screenplay elements in dialogue enriches not only the characters here, but also the way he writes fiction in creating scenes and setting them up. He's really talented. Reminds me a lot of Isherwood's The World in the Evening, I believe it is, which is also sort of like post-war party book. And some of the party scenes in there were just way too dull for me. I don't know. Controversial, hot take here, but I feel that most British writers just have this like dry quality to them, minus maybe like contemporary writers. Basically people like Ishiguro or Ian McEwan or Isherwood. There's just such a dry manner to British literature. Sorry, said it. Lambert, though, is also British, but I think he has immersed himself enough in the Hollywood world to know how quick-witted and smart people were. Which is funny because Isherwood also is from the UK and was also sort of like an LA transplant. So it's interesting to see like both these writers as like ex-British LA transplants. Right. And Isherwood blurbed the book. These are the most truthful stories about the film world and its suburbia I have ever read. Gavin Lambert knows and loves what he describes. He neither sneers nor sentimentalizes nor cries sour grapes. Lambert, I want to say, is sort of a better Isherwood if we are to compare writers. But yes, full of charm, this one. If you want that Eve Babbitt's feel of the other non-faces that sort of exist in her world and in the same room that she drinks in, this is it. This will do it for you. After that, I started Spiritless, but actually not, by Kyle Mitchell, which is a collection of vignettes of different characters undergoing the common minutia that is the world. We get narratives of, trigger warning, of people who have been raped and people who have suicidal thoughts. So it is quite, we're dealing with really heavy elements in this book. And sad to say, my first DNF. Yeah, let me give you an example why. So this story is called Self-Conscious, and it deals with a stripper who's working these really long night hours and also going to community college and is, just trying to look for a man in the club that she works at. And she meets this guy, and this is a conversation between the two of them. But yeah, I'm earning my bachelor's right now. Oh cool, in what? System engineering? Haha, no, finance. Lit. Daddy? What? Daddy? Like, daddy, look at me. Ha 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 ha. No, this is what I was afraid of. No fucking Christ. Why does the universe keep doing this to me? Why, God? Ha 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 ha. Daddy, listen to my sweet, satisfying voice. What does it make you think when you hear my voice like this and the noises I can make? What does it do to you? Alright. I'm sad. Yeah, I mean, God, I bet you get so fucking bored. Look at you with that daddy shit. I bet you get so fucking bored here. Yeah, and then it just ends. There's like, I don't know what to tell you. It's, what this feels like is a bunch of, if anyone had like Tumblr and there were some accounts where they'd be like, oh, send me your feelings, or like send me basically sob stories, and people would write in these like really long, like angsty portions of their lives that work kind of in like a flash fiction kind of way. And this is what that book is. It's a collection of all of those anon asks, essentially. The issue I have with Mitchell's work is that his third-person voice sits way too closely to his characters, and in that, we lose agency in existing in the unbiased world and being able to empathize with these characters because of that. And that's what makes this such an almost difficult and cringe read. There are some beautiful sentences in here, but they just don't match up to sort of the way the characters speak to each other, and there's lack of characterization, and yeah, it just ends up becoming really flat. And yeah, sad to say, my first DNF of the year. First book of the year, first DNF of the year. How's the reading year going so far? Not quite sure what to tell you. But that is Spiritless, but actually not, which is fun, I think, but actually not, I think emphasizes sort of the contemporary apathy that most Gen Zs may feel, but it's actually just spiritlessness. I mean, all of these characters in this book, so yeah, really disappointed in this one. So, by Ben's recommendation from Benjamin Journal, we're doing Josephine Hart's The Stillest Day. And it's really interesting, just sort of the atmospheric writing in this almost feels like a hazy cloud over this village. I'm not very far, but it's about Bethesda Barnett, who is an artist and a teacher. And her village life with an invalid mother is ordered and calm until the sudden vision of a man's face imprints itself on her mind's eye, and she becomes a woman obsessed. Yeah, just sort of going through the exposition. We're on chapter 7, and let me tell you, I am loving this font and all of this negative space. So it's been a joy. I'm liking it a lot. There was this gorgeous line that I read. She's painting, and she comes across this thing about lines. Line, contained and restrained the color which would otherwise escape, and as such, I believed it was master of the scene. The lines my life were, as I now discern, classical. There was a time when I believed them to be romantic. Yeah, and oh my gosh, one of the most gorgeous openings to a book. I don't want to go on too long, but this is the history of the first year. It does not presage the last. I feel no guilt, nor did I ever. And though this surprises me, I had no pity. Nothing in my past could have prepared me for what it is that I became, nor for the moment when suddenly I was called upon to act and to bear witness to the very edge of my capabilities, and almost beyond. For nearly 30 years I lived a life of piety and duty, a life which rested upon the twin pillars of my vocation, art teacher, and my filial duty, that of loving daughter to my invalid widowed mother. And so from the age of reason, which I believed to be 7, until my 30th year, I laid one foot before the other in a circular journey from home to school to home in my village world, one foot before the other, quietly tapping out the years. That is some good writing. It is so succinct, concrete, and sure of itself. It's so beautiful. It almost feels like I'm cascading from a dream into reality. Just really gorgeous writing. And I had thought that this was like written way back when, but it was published in 1998. So yeah, good on Josephine Hart for creating very interesting language. Okay, last but not least, we got book mail. I have a good feeling I know what this is, but let me just show you. Your favorite NYRB, y'all, your favorite NYRB, we have Stoner by John Williams. I think a major fave for people in 2022. And yeah, picking this up because I'm doing a buddy read with Seren from Seren Reads. Wanted to start the year with her, and here I am starting the year with her. Stoner, John Williams. I don't even know what this is about, but he is born at the end of the 19th century into a dirt-poor Missouri farming family. Sent to the State University to study agronomy, he instead falls in love with English literature and embraces a scholar's life, so different from the hardscrabble existence he has known. And yet, as the years pass, Stoner encounters a succession of disappointments. Marriage into a proper family estranges him from his parents. His career is stymied. His wife and daughter turn coldly away from him. A transforming experience. Okay, I'm going to stop there because now it's like sounding like one of those trailers that basically tell the whole plot of the story, and I don't want that. Yeah, heard many good things about this from many different people, And yes, excited to jump on the bandwagon. This should be good. Stoner. Your fave, NYRB. Okay. Well, on that note, I want to thank y'all for being here. I made a major jump with my top 10 reads of the year, and I just want to say, if you're new here, thanks for being here. And yeah, jump in the DMs. I love talking about books. Tell me what you're reading now. Love to know. Constantly love adding books to the TBR. And yeah, so glad y'all are sexy because you're reading. And that just, I don't know. I think we live in a better world when we have people reading. There's wisdom in books. Eat up that wisdom. We have so much time to be wise, I promise. Even if it's like falling asleep to the book late at night before you go to bed. It's great to fall asleep in a world right in your hands. Good on you, sexy people. Okay, that's enough chit chat. Okay, we're at 20 minutes, Jesus. Be well, do good work, keep in touch.